Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you? I'm Robin
Morning, we
Frederick.
just joined on the Volta. What's your name, ma'am?
Robin Frederick.
Sir, what's your name? You're muted. What's your name?
Ori Martin, O-R-A.
Wacky, do you need to talk to your client before
I
Judge
do
Simmons
not.
calls the case?
No, we're all set. I reviewed everything with Mr. Martin last week. Thank you.
Are you there, Mrs. O'Boyle? Okay,
I am, Your Honor. Good morning.
good morning. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Ora Martin, file number 17-047910D. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Ronald Zawacki on behalf of Ora Martin.
Date that was set for sentencing. I do have a pre-sentence report. And recommendation here, Mr. Zwacky, you said you reviewed that with your client already.
I have, Your Honor.
Any addition or changes or deletions that need to be made?
Just for clarification, Your Honor, some of his treatment has changed. He's being transferred to a counselor in Clare. Basically, it's through the VA, and he'll be visiting with that counselor once a month. That's something that's just occurred, so he hasn't actually met with anybody, but he's been told that it will be transferred to Clare, Michigan, and that he'll be participating through their program.
Oh, very good. Okay, you can proceed with allocution.
Yes, Your Honor. As indicated in the report, my client is a veteran of Vietnam. He was in Vietnam from 1966 to 1969. As a result of his service, he experienced a number of problems. He has sought help since the 1960s, where he's been in and out of counseling and has been dealing with issues as a result of his service in the Army. He tells me, and this is a very old case, he tells me back in 2017, he stopped using alcohol. He hasn't had anything to drink since 2017. He is doing, as indicated, doing a lot of self-help issues and stopped drinking, going to counseling, will continue doing that. I reviewed the recommendation with Mr. Martin. He has no issues with the recommendation at all and would ask the court to follow it.
Thank you. And I've had an opportunity to review the report as well as review his prior criminal history. I first, Mr. Martin, do want to thank you for your service to the country. I
Thank you, ma'am.
understand how that has impacted your current state, but I am thankful that you have already taken some corrective action, that you're already in treatment. And I think that it's appropriate to adopt the recommendation of probation so that you can be monitored while you continue your treatment. I will note here that you have transferred to a counselor in Clare, that you're already going to be visiting once a month. any additional information you'll be able to provide probation as that information becomes available to you. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna order you to participate in any additional outpatient substance abuse, just to continue with that course of treatment and provide proof of that to your probation officer, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
It's
so I
the
am going to-
VA clinic in Clare.
Okay. Okay, very good. So there will be a sentence of 6 months probation. While on probation, sir, there is a $30 per month oversight fee that you are responsible for, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior while you're on probation. You are not to purchase or possess firearm, ammunition, or weapons of any kind during your probationary status. You're not to use, possess, or purchase alcohol or drugs or marijuana unless you have a valid prescription, okay, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're gonna be required to submit to random preliminary breath tests and or urinalysis, and you need to pay the costs associated with that, okay, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about the requirements of your probation at this time?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
And again, I'll remind you that you need to continue with your treatment through the VA clinic and provide proof of such to your probation officer.
Yes, yes, Your Honor. I'll do that.
Okay, there are some fines and costs. You did plead guilty here to a impaired driving and allowing an unlicensed driver. For the allowing unlicensed driver, the fine is $200. For the impaired driving, there's a $75 crime victim rights fee that must be assessed, plus a $50 state minimum cost that by statute needs to be assessed. You owe the Lansing Police Department $960.77 in restitution for responding to this action. And then 6 months of probation will amount to $180. I'm gonna waive discretionary fines and costs on count 1 because your hands will be tied up with this. Let's see. So that's a total of $1,465.77, and you'll be able to make monthly payments on that, okay?
All right, ma'am. Yeah, how much was the total now again, please?
The total is gonna be $1,465.77.
Okay. Now, I've been saving some money trying to, with help, and I can pay 1,000 of that today.
Okay, that's wonderful. You can make a payment online at the court
Okay.
website.
All right. I lose you?
No, I'm still here.
Oh,
I'm just
I'm
redoing
sorry.
this 'cause I think I calculated this incorrectly. Let me do it again.
Okay.
Okay, no, I got the same thing. Okay, so yes, you can make payment online at the court website. Just give us to a couple of hours so we can make sure this gets entered into the system so they know what you're paying. Okay, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, do you have any questions about your fines and costs?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor.
No, no, Your Honor.
Nothing for the city, Your Honor. Thank you.
We're all set, Mr. Martin. Good luck.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Same to you. Are you representing Ms. Frederick? You're free to hang up, Mr. Martin.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Still not out. It said leave. Having trouble leaving.
Let me help Mr. Martin out. Mr. Martin, I can remove you. I can help you out.
Okay, thank you. I'm having trouble.
No problem. No problem. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Robin Frederick, file number 21-027860D. Council appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alma Lizal Perez, appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing. I'll be practicing under the Michigan Court Rule 8.120 and under the supervision of Amanda Boyle.
The Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Robin Frederick, who's appearing by video.
Thank you. Today was a date set for sentencing. I have a pre-sentence report and recommendation prepared for April 12, 2022. Did you get a copy of that, Ms. Donnelly?
I did, Your Honor.
You need to make updates, corrections, or deletions.
No, Your Honor.
You can proceed with allocation.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Frederick and I don't object to any of the recommendations. Ms. Frederick has, since getting the substance abuse assessment at Crystal Ray at the end of February, she has been doing the intensive outpatient program. So up until recently, she was going 3 times a week. Now she's down to 2 times a week. So she'll continue with that. And she obviously has no problem getting the proof needed for attendance. She's born in Flint, but she's been in Lansing since high school. So she has her diploma from Waverly. She did LCC for school counseling and got a certificate for that. She's had Social Security since she was 16 because of deep vein thrombosis that has led to stroke. So, but she has been able, she was supplementing her income by housekeeping up until a couple of years ago. But she has a partial blindness in her left eye, heart conditions with meds now. She just recently had an operation on her right hand on Monday. But she's got family in Lansing. She takes care of her father with dementia. She has an autistic 15-year-old that lives in the home and another 17-year-old son. The pandemic was pretty hard. She had to isolate, but she hopes to, again, support her family, finish in the outpatient programming at Crystal Ray. And again, we don't have any objections to the recommendation. So we just hope that you would put her on a term of probation, Your Honor. Oh, and then because she's on Social Security and the disability, she is of limited income. So waiving any discretionary fines or costs. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. We've had an opportunity to review the pre-sentencing report, and recommendation. I've also reviewed her prior criminal history. The report did indicate a severe alcohol use disorder, moderate marijuana use disorder. And it was recommended for her to attend intensive outpatient treatment, but as you stated in your allocation, she's already been participating in that. And is she doing that through Crystal Ray?
Yes.
Okay, so I think the recommendation is appropriate that a term of probation is necessary and warranted to monitor her treatment and progress. So I will adopt the recommendation. Sentence her to 9 months probation. While on probation, ma'am, there's a $30 per month oversight fee that you would be responsible for, okay? You're muted.
Sorry, didn't know. Yes, ma'am.
No problem. Okay. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior while you're on probation.
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
shouldn't do that at all anyways. You're not to purchase or possess firearm, ammunition, or weapons of any kind while on probation. You're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, marijuana, or a controlled substance without a valid prescription. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You're gonna be required to submit to random preliminary breath tests in your analysis. You would have to pay the fee for that, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're also not to be at any clubs or night or bars while you're on probation. Do you have any questions about that?
No, Your Honor.
I'm gonna order that you continue your treatment at Cristo Rey and follow all recommendations, okay?
Okay.
Okay, as to fines and costs, there's a $75 crime victim rights fee that must be assessed. That's a $50 state minimum cost. I do not have any information on LPD cost recovery. Does the city attorney have that information?
One moment, Your Honor. You know, Your Honor, I don't see it in our files either. I apologize. I can try to get it to you before the end of the docket this morning, if the court will allow.
Okay, well, I would have to then set it for a restitution hearing. So I'm not gonna order at this time. What I'll do is if you do find that there is some restitution, I'll set it for a restitution so that you'll have an opportunity to object and then be properly advised.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. So what I'll do, ma'am, at this time is $75 crime victim rights fee, plus $50 state minimum cost. 9 months of probation at $30 per month will be $270. I'll waive any discretionary fines and costs at this time. It's a
Okay.
total of $395 right now. Again, I don't know if you're gonna have any restitution owed to the police department for responding to this because it was not included. If they do return some information, your attorney will be provided that information. We'll set it for a hearing so that you can have an opportunity to object and be properly advised about the restitution. Okay, ma'am?
Okay.
Do you have any questions at this time about fines and costs?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I have here an advice of rights for probation early discharge. It says you have been sentenced to a term of probation in the 54A District Court. The probation conditions have been individually tailored and are specific to address your assessed risk needs. Except for domestic violence, criminal sex crimes, stalking offenses, or an offense where the defense was guilty but mentally ill, you may be eligible for early discharge from probation. You have the following rights. You have the right to request early discharge from probation once you have completed half the original term ordered by the judge. You may request an early discharge from probation after meeting the following conditions. A, you have completed all required probation programming, and B, you have not violated probation in the last 3 months. If a hearing is scheduled, you have a right to retain an attorney to represent you. You do not have the right to court-appointed counsel to represent you for a hearing for early discharge of probation. Lastly, you may make your request for early discharge by completing a notice regarding eligibility for early discharge from probation, which is also known as MC 512 form, and that is available on the court's website, okay?
Okay.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
No further consent, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Frederick, you're all set and good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see. Mr. Buck? I think it is Leslie Buck.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have an attorney?
I do not have an attorney. I remember, I think a week ago, we had discussed something and you just pushed it a week out.
Okay, you discussed something with the city?
I discussed something with you. Remember, my mom was supposed to come down there, and she came down there
Oh,
about.
yeah, your mom was supposed to come pay the bond.
Yeah, she did pay the bond, but her she something had came up, so she needed the money that she used on the bond because she only could get half of it because the other half, I guess, it'll come when the case is over. And basically, I need to set up a payment plan. She told me to that I could do like maybe $20 a month, only just because so I don't miss it, make it low so I don't miss it. And when I do get some extra money, just put extra. If I could afford 100 one month, put it on there. But she said just to make it a $20 a month thing, so I'll be able to make payments and not miss one. I was wondering if I could pay online because I got Corona. So I know I went online to look up my tickets before, so I know how to get on there. And my father, he knows, 'cause he had a ticket like 2 weeks ago and he was telling me how he paid it online. So
Okay.
if I can make a payment plan with $20 a month, that'd be cool, and I'll be able to do that. And
Okay. So, sir, let me stop you because you're giving me a lot of information. I have here before me one case, and that's for driving while license is suspended. And so that case you have not resolved yet. So what I'm going to do is put you in a private meeting room with this assistant city attorney to discuss. You do have those other outstanding tickets. Again, you had one for no insurance that you owed 306 on, one for equipment violation that you owed 234 on, and then you had another one that you owed $336 on. So I will place you in the private meeting room with Ms. O'Boyle, okay?
yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you also include Ms. Perez?
No problem.
Thank you.
Okay. On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Sherrod Nelson and file number 22-00655. Council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Sherrod Nelson, who is standing to my right.
Thank you. Mr. Nelson, how are you?
Good morning, Your Honor. Besides in pain, I'm commendable. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that you're in pain. Today was the date that we're going to address an emergency bond issue. I issued a warrant because the court received multiple police reports alleging that you violated the terms of your bond after the court had released you from GPS tether oversight. This morning, I've not yet had an opportunity to read it. The court was provided a 3-page letter from the alleged victim in this matter, indicating that you had taken the keys to the property from your mutual child. In order to gain access to the property, and I thought that we were on a mutual understanding that you were not to be within a certain amount of feet of where the victim lived, worked, or go to school. And so you have the right to have a contested hearing, sir, as to these violations. At the time of the hearing, you have the right to be represented by counsel. If understand that if you are found to be in violation of my bond condition, that's a contempt, okay? So that's punishable with a maximum penalty of 93 days in jail and up to $7,500 in fines. Do you understand that? Okay. What's the problem? You have a question?
No, I'm with you, I'm sorry.
Okay, because this is not the time to state any defense. You have an attorney here that can do that for you. We can set it for a hearing if that's what you would like. How would you like to proceed on that?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, my client would like to plead not guilty and set this for a hearing. I just would advise the court, we do have a sentencing set for May 24th. I will be subpoenaing the officers who took the report in this case. So if we could not set it for the next week or two, maybe closer to that sentencing date, if not on the sentencing date.
I think it would be best to do it the same as the sentencing date, if not, so we don't have to keep having people come out here. So based on the serious nature of the allegations, I'm going to give you a hearing date. I'm also going to remand you to the custody of the jail, and you can be released once you get GPS tethered.
Can I explain something?
No, that's for a hearing, sir.
You're gonna
You're gonna get GPS tether.
You'll just get the tether and you'll get.
Have a hearing date? May 24th at 8:30. May 24th at 8:30. Okay, any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor, just the court know that, Mr. Nelson is trying to comply with all the court's orders. He's not trying to stress himself out because he gets in seizures, and he did do his DV intake on Friday. So he's starting classes on Wednesdays.
Okay, very good. And so as soon as you can get over to the county to get your tether, you'll be released, okay, sir? Okay, and Ms. Oakwell, can you hear me?
I can, Your Honor.
Okay, are we ready to proceed on Mr. Buck's matter?
We are, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Leslie Glenn Buck Jr., file number 21-01024. Can I have your appearance, counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Thank you. And Mr. Buck, you're proceeding without an attorney, correct?
Which, excuse me?
I said you're proceeding today without the assistance of an attorney, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, today was the date that was set for a pretrial. We were here multiple times, but last week we adjourned this matter so that you could try to correct some outstanding tickets, but it does not appear that you've done that. So, Ms. O'Boyle, how are you proceeding on this?
Thank you, Your Honor. I did have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Buck in a breakout room. At that time, we reached an agreement in this matter. And at this time, the city moves to amend the charge of driving while license suspended to allowing a suspended person to operate.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and Mr. Buck, you understand that to be the offer that was extended to you on this driving while license suspended charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to accept that offer, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Mr. Buck, you have the right to be represented by counsel. You do not have court-appointed counsel in this matter, and you've also not hired or retained an attorney, and you have indicated to the court that you would be exerting your right to represent yourself in this matter. You have the right to proceed to trial in this matter, and you have the right to have a jury trial. You have the right at the time of jury trial to have each element of the charge against you be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to be presumed innocent until each element is proven beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to be cross-examine, that is, or question any of the witnesses the city intends to call. You have the right to remain silent and not have silence be used to prove your guilt. You have the right to present any evidence that you believe would further a defense of this charge. If you want to plead guilty to the amended charge of allowing a suspended person to operate, you're going to give up each of those rights. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. I completely understand.
Okay, and you want to give up those rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anybody made any threats to you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No, ma'am. No rights.
No rights, or no?
No,
Did anybody?
No.
Or anybody threaten
Nobody.
you?
Nobody threatened me.
Okay, is anybody making any promises to you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. As to the amended charge of allowing a suspended person to operate, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, so on or about April 15, 2021 at approximately 11:59 p.m., were you operating a motor vehicle in the area upon Pleasant Grove Road at or near West Holmes?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that in the city of Lansing?
Hello, sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that
Couldn't
in
get on
Ingham
there.
County?
Somebody else was talking as you was talking. I couldn't
I
hear you.
agree. I apologize. Someone, I muted who they were. Is that in Ingham County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And at that time, and I'm eliciting a factual basis to the original charge, did you have a suspended license?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And was that roadway open to the public?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any additional questions from the prosecution?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Your fine in this matter is going to be $200, sir. So you got a nice bit of money that you're going to be owing here. You said that your mom has come up and gotten her bond back?
Yeah, only half of it because you had told us that we can only get half. So she took half, and we're not gonna be able to get the other half till it's paid off. So I don't know if she even care about the other half by the time that happens.
Well, this bond here attached to this file is in her name. That's Thelma Moore, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the bond will be released to her.
Okay, listen. Oh, I get what you're saying. So not okay. I'm gonna have a talk with her and see if I can use that 300 and put it on there, or at least use that 300
If she wants to let you use it, she has to come up and
come
sign
down.
and have it applied. Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your plan to take care of these other citations that you owe on? How much you're gonna make a payment?
Just make it like a $5 one. I know it if you stretch it out, it's gonna be long, but I highly doubt I make like $25 every month. I'll be able to put some extra on there, but I just wanted to make something where I don't overwhelm myself with what I got going on in life right now, trying to get myself on track. So at least this step right here is getting myself back together. So if I could do something like $20 a month or 25 a month.
$25 a month. And when are you gonna make your first payment?
I can make it today. I can get it. I make sure I can pay it online.
Okay. Okay, so each payment will be due the 25th of the month after today, okay?
Okay, ma'am. One question.
Yes.
What if 1 month I put down, since it's $25 a month? What if 1 month I put like $100 down? Would that might keep me from missing one more month, or I have to make every month regardless of what I put down?
If there's a reason, if there's a reason why you can't make the payment of $25 a month and you've done a previous payment of $100, you need to notify the court, because I need to make sure that the clerk's office doesn't issue a show cause, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But at $25 a month is, especially with the
Yeah.
amount of money that you're owing and the time that these cases have been open, I think is more than reasonable. I think you're gonna want to do all that you can to get this resolved, so you don't have to keep coming to
Yeah.
join us over these
That's
issues.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm trying to just get this over with. I'm not gonna miss. I'm just, I just wanted to know. That was just good additional information.
Okay. Do you have any other questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you're all set, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, let's see what we got going on.
I need that Grace Gaines, whoever that is, Jennifer McKean. I need her in my breakout room as soon as possible so she can stop.
Okay,
showing
I'll
off
put her.
her drug.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2. Good morning, Mr. Morris.
Oh, good morning. I'm so sorry, Your Honor. I had to step away just for a second.
Oh, you're fine. You're here with Mr. Howard.
Correct.
Did you need to speak with the city attorney?
I think that would be helpful, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want your client in there or just you?
Just me for now is fine.
Okay,
Unless
sounds good.
whatever.
And Mr. Morris, did you need to speak to your client?
Yes, please. Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. You can go back to that same room and I just added him.
Okay.
You should see breakout rooms, or you might have to. click
Oh,
on one.
join, I see, join breakout room. There we go. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Okay, Mr. Samores, are you ready to proceed?
Yes. And I know an offer was made whereby my client was willing to forfeit his gun. A civil infraction would be offered. He's willing to accept that.
Sounds good. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jason Howard. File number is 22-00734. Can I have your appearances, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Alma Lozano Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Peter S'mores here on behalf of the defendant, who is also present via Zoom video conferencing.
Today was the date that was set for a pretrial. And the parties have discussed an offer. And Ms. Perez, my understanding is that there was an offer for a civil infraction if the defendant agrees to forfeit his firearm. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, what civil infraction is that?
It's disturbing the peace.
Mr. Samores, your client does want to accept that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Howard, that's correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so the court will amend it to disturbing the peace civil infraction. Your fine will be $75. And the gun will be ordered forfeited to the Lansing Police Department, okay?
Very well.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, do you have any questions, sir?
I know, I was just going to interject here, Your Honor. Mr. Howard does have a fairly major surgery coming up in 1 week. And so I know as far as ability to pay, I imagine he'll be able to go online and just punch in his case number and be able to pay and all that, or.
Absolutely. He doesn't have to come in person. He can do it online, just using this file number, okay?
Very well. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
No problem.
Thank
Do
you.
we know when he's gonna pay?
Oh, when can you pay, Mr. Howard?
Whenever I can, whenever it processes.
In other words, you can pay as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it should be in there within the next hour, but I'll put that you'll pay by the end of the week, okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. You're all set.
Thanks.
Okay, it's not starting their audio here. Okay. What's your name, sir?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. What is your name?
Craig Robert Peer. I should have
Okay.
Fred Blackman should be joining as well.
Yep, he's logging in now. morning, Mr. Blackman.
Morning, Your Honor.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, did you need to speak to the city attorney at all?
If I could real quickly, Judge,
Okay, I'm gonna add you to her room.
thank you.
No problem. Good morning, sir. What's your name? I can't hear you. No, Mr. Pierre, I have you logged in. I'm trying to check in this other person. Sir, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Can
Can you hear me now?
volume up? I can, thank you. What is your name?
Andre Watson?
Okay. Excellent. Do you have an attorney?
No.
Okay. When the city attorney is available, I'll see if she needs to meet with you, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Blackman, are you back?
I'm here.
Okay. You need to speak to your client, or are we?
No, I do not, Your Honor. We can go ahead and go on the record.
Sounds good. On the record in the matter, the people of the city of Lansing versus Craig Pierre, file number 21-03179. Council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor. Almost Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Fred Blackman on behalf of Mr. Pierre, Your Honor.
Thank you. Today was the date that was scheduled for a pre-trial. This matter was adjourned to allow for an alcohol assessment to completed. How are we proceeding at this time?
Judge, if I might, I did not get and to no fault of Miss O'Boyle's, but I did not get the police report till Friday. I was gone. I had some matters going on with my family, my 92-year-old mother. And so I'm going to be getting together with my client after today in regards to the report. And I just asked for one more pretrial, Your Honor, and my client has signed up to get an assessment, and we've done some other things at this point. But I'd ask for another pretrial if the court would believe that that is satisfactory.
May 16th at 9. Does May 16th at 9:30 work?
May 16th, Judge, at 9:30, it works.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
You're all set.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Oakwell, Mr. Watson is here. Mr. Pierre, you're free to go. Mr. Watson is here. He does not have an attorney, so I'm gonna put him in your meeting room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Okay. Yeah, you can hear me, Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Okay, very good. We're on the record in the matters of the people of the city of Lansing versus Andre Jamar Watson, file numbers 21L268921, 9212, and 9213. Council, may I have your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. Alma is on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Mr. Watson, you're proceeding without counsel today. Today was a date set for a pretrial. I think we adjourned this previously. Did you were waiting for your tax returns? How are we proceeding at this time on this, council?
Your Honor, Mr. Watson has now his license. However, his vehicle is at a shop, so he is unable to demonstrate he has insurance and has fixed his plate up to date. So we're gonna seek another week adjournment to give him the opportunity to show the city that he's obtained those two things.
Okay, I had some background noise. You said he did get his license taken care of?
He did get his license taken care of.
Okay, it'll be adjourned for at least 2 weeks because we won't have a docket next week. May 16th.
Okay.
May 16th at 9:30.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
You're all set, Mr. Watson.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. You ready, Ms. Gaines?
I am your, oh no, it's a Ms. McKeon.
Oh, you're right, because I don't have a file for Gaines. Okay. Well, the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jennifer G. McKeon, file number 20-00570, council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alma Perez, appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Jennifer McKeon, who's appearing by video.
Today was the date that was set for a plea. I don't think I had the sheet, but I think there was previously an offer extended on this. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, it would, I mean, I'll get a plea sheet in for this week. Yes, the plea was for her to admit responsibility to the civil infraction of moving violation with an accident. That would be 4.257.320A11. I pull up the code too. $32.55. The code under the motor vehicle code is $32.55 for a moving violation resulting in an at-fault accident, 4 points. That was the offer. Ms. McKeon at this time does not want to accept that offer. She would still like to have this set for a trial.
Okay, we'll set it for trial. May 23rd at 8:15. Do you have any questions today, Ms. McKeon?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and so that you're clear and understanding, that's going to be in person at the court. You need to be here by 8:15. I also will not be accepting any pleas on the date of trial, okay?
Okay.
Okay. You're all set, and we'll see you on May 23rd.
At 8:15. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I think that's all I have for the morning, and wait, I took care of Watson, all right, okay. That's all I have for this morning then. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.